Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Lucid. I'm joined by Maryland.
Good morning, my fellow gamers.
Well, Maryland, tell us what happened last episode.
Well, you and I had a long discussion of,
Right.
I think that was, and we'll put a timestamp up for the really cool fights for Ulm. And Ulm told us that he has agreed to peace back to original borders with Pelagia. So he's now going to sit and try to rebuild and figure out what the next step is.
Right.
And we had a long talk about, Ulm has had a challenge when it moved to late game.
Mm-hmm.
This is the weakest part of the Ulmish game.
Yep.
And it's tough, no question about it. And we both, I think, agreed that, we've been kind of critical sometimes on the tactics, or even not so much the strategy, more the tactics for Ulm. But overall, we've had a tendency to stand up for the underdogs throughout this game and see them do well.
Yeah, it makes for a better game too if they're fighting hard. So
absolutely. The other, I think, most important thing strategically, and this turn looks like just a glance here at colors on the messages. The big change was Pangaea, after 10 or so turns or 15 turns of trying different things, has figured out how to take the remote underwater forts. And this is
Pelagia does not look very happy about that, judging from the battle report here.
Mm-hmm. But this is a big deal because once he takes those forts, Gateway no longer works.
Right.
And if you could take it before Gateway works, plus I think Pelagia spread too thin to Gateway in much right now.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look. We'll start with the messages. So from Pangaea, because I have my priorities straight, all of my premium gear goes on Assassins first. As a result, everybody gets leftovers. Or everyone else gets leftovers, which is usually some mix of loot, event gear, and very occasionally the actually intentionally forged item. If you ever wonder why is a thug geared like that, the answer is essentially always that's what's taking up space in my lab storage at this phase in the game. Since we're reaching that point where all remaining players are liable to actually be destroying items just to make sure we don't lose any items from overflow.
Okay.
Okay, so we're back. I had to pause it for a second. Okay, so he basically is just talking about weird, janky thugging.
And I should comment, I think we kind of had figured that out because we've talked a couple times looking at some of his thugs going, well, that's an odd mix of whatever.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure I remember us saying it's probably leftovers, loot, whatever he had.
There's been a fair amount of weird mage movement around 257, 254, 241, which is hard to explain in a short message. But TLDR is that I've been moving stuff around to account for magic phase attacks and assassins, and it's very rare for mages to actually remain in place. Well, let's see what he means. 254, 257.
Yeah, the trouble is we struggle to see that.
Right, yeah.
Like, we really only see it if we carefully look at the previous turn. We have to jump backwards,
right? Do
a count. That's hard for us to see.
Yeah, we're mostly not even really trying to figure all that out. We're just kind of looking at the results. It's been, very rare for mages to stay in the same place. Since this turns a Fort Storm attempt, another low commitment plays you might expect, there are going to be more things sitting still in the desert. And also a bunch of dryads and other assassins moving in to be able to make some work against a real army if Pelagia sends one in.
Okay.
And we got a message from Vanheim. Let's come back to that. I kind of want to see what all's happening here. So, first of all, Pelagia attacks outside.
Oh my.
With literally a couple of idiots.
Yeah.
And this is pretty low commitment. It's a bunch of demon knights, a pan, and a couple vampires, and a wraith lord. And what is this guy doing? Oh, hello. It looks like he got lucky and got an Astral 2 Spectral Mage.
Yes, it does. But yeah, well, that's pretty awesome. That's a really good spectral mage.
Yeah. And then he tries to storm, I think. And we have Tweedledee and Tweedledum back here. There's
Well,
nothing
I guess
in here.
he gets it.
Yeah. This would have been enough to stop a thug. Oh, man.
Oh. What the heck?
Enslaved mind.
Oh, no, the PD round. Oh, he enslaved it.
Yeah, this is the second. This is the
That's pretty funny. What a mess.
second hill giant he's gotten. These guys are pretty nice because they have this grab and swallow. So if Pangaea just sent in like a thug, this would have killed it. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he took that fort.
Yeah, he took the fort.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
So he's taken a fort off Pelagia 2 turns in a row now.
And he's been trying to sit and back forth on that fort for a long time.
Right, and Pelagia just keeps poking it with low commitment stuff.
Well, there's a Wraith Lord.
Yeah. Oh, it just keeps wind of deathing whatever's out here.
Okay.
Not very effective, though, I don't think. It's just going to kill Maenads, which Pan doesn't care about. And like,
I think it hit the giant, but I don't think it can kill the giant.
It may kill the giant.
The fight, I don't think it's going to last long enough.
I don't think Ohm lost any commanders here. Yeah.
A scout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he got life after death off, too, so I think all this... Oh, no. Yeah.
Maenads and thralls, that's it.
Not... Pelagia would be fine doing it. I mean, Pangaea would be fine doing this every turn of the game, I think.
Yeah.
This actually is kind of important, though, because this gives you potential access... Well, I mean, some really useful cross paths, which I think Pan's going to have most of them already, but it also gives you the possibility for a Wailing Windscaster.
Mm-hmm. And how many commander points is that guy? 2 or 4?
I think it's 4. Yeah, 4.
He's 4. Okay, so you won't get a lot of them.
Right.
And at this point in time, taking 2 turns to get a mage is a bit of a challenge because we're really in the late game.
Yeah, we
really
are.
How many more turns can this go on?
Well, we'll find out. More
yeah.
Ghost Riders coming in. In this case, it looks like they're going to kill a fair number of these devils. So...
They do.
It's a little bit of a zinger. Because the devils are kind of expensive. These are not exactly cheap units.
Did you see that something blasted the Wraith Lord and that was the end of the fight?
Oh, I didn't see that. That's cool. I guess he got maybe a...
I don't know what... dust to dust, maybe.
Yeah.
Something hit the Wraith Lord. I saw him die there.
We've got a super budget squad of thugs coming in. This guy with a little bit of armor. This guy with none. Oh, but there's Soul Slays and stuff. These guys are in trouble.
Yeah.
Soul Slay.
One down. Whoa.
Yeah.
You got some web.
Got wrecked.
That didn't work.
So, Pangaea holding this waterfront, saying, "Thou shalt not pass." More pinging. Yeah.
Well, that was the Anuki. You just saw the Anuki.
The PNS broadcasting tower is
patrolling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a pretty solid army.
Yeah, this is a high commitment stack. About as high commitment as we've seen from Pangaea in a while.
Yeah, look at all the white centaurs in behind it.
Yeah.
You know, the big front line. Nice heavy front line, and then a back line.
And he's got more over here.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, none of this is free. Like,
well, I see a little
horror. That didn't work.
No, but I see a little ping or something, some kind of a little dinky fight in that pond he just took. Oh, the Ilhat came back.
Back again.
Ilhat.
I really hope that... what is this?
I think he was hoping he wasn't patrolling and just kill a bit of PD.
Yeah, I think so,
Either that or it's just... Yeah, he's got a water bottle.
It was an assassin. But it's an aquatic assassin, so he can't get it out.
He patrolled it out. He caught it by patrol.
Yoink. So that this is just a glimpse into some of the game that's been going on. And that, like, we had no idea that while he was sieging this fort, that there was this assassin sitting in here probably picking people off every turn.
Yeah, we had no idea that Pelagia was using shade mails and blackhearts to make assassins. Yeah. That's
and that was an expensive way to... I mean, this is like a global, it's like probably a 60 gem assassin. Because he's got, 10, and then call that 5, so 15. And then this is another 15, so 30, 35. Okay, never mind. Not quite that expensive.
40.
Yeah, 40.
40 gems to make an assassin is on the pricey side.
It's pricey. But, if it... there was a big potential if it killed one of the commanders that was holding the water-breathing items, then the army could drown.
True.
So
that's true. Yeah, that's a significant factor.
All right, well, he's gone now.
Remember last turn, Pan sent a single Mound King to that other little pond, and it's still sitting there.
Yep.
Pelagia has not chased it away.
That's right.
That's interesting.
Let's make sure we've seen all of the Pangaea Pelagia battles now.
We didn't see that one.
I think
single adept Golden Order.
What is this?
A phantasmal attack.
This is Pelagia doing it to himself again.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Another.
Yeah, he's going to try to do life after death. It doesn't work here.
No. Doesn't last long enough.
Yeah, didn't unsuccessfully didn't vapor his guys well.
Just that.
This one we didn't see.
No. Well, that's a pretty big patrolling army for Pelagia. Yeah, that's not just a lightweight defense.
No, I mean, this is pretty low commitment from both sides. It's not nothing, but it's not...
I see Pelagia has a soul vortex with troll batteries over here.
Oh, yeah, that's cool. And this guy, has a fair bit of gear. He's got this guy here to buff him. But mostly it's garbage on both sides. But it looks like this Lich spamming Horde of Skeletons is going to be the X factor.
Yeah. Looks like he killed his trolls.
And these air elementals made quick work of the back line, too, is I think the other part of it.
Sure did. Well, he lost a couple of mermages. He lost a Windmaster. Pelagia did, and a Deduco. So, that wasn't cheap.
It wasn't cheap, and, Pan didn't lose much. He lost a Pan and 5 Centaur. And this guy respawned, and,
And I don't think the Vampire Lord had any gear.
Yeah. This one I think we saw, that was the Wind of Death. This one we saw. This, I guess Ashdod has moved, has switched to the holder of the Death Gem stick. Yeah.
Oh, okay. To a vampire.
Yeah.
Well, he put up Rigor Mortis. I guess the idea is fatigue out all these wolves so you can kill them.
Yep.
That worked. Oh, yeah, that worked quite well. Yeah, the first couple times, most of the wolves ran away. This time he's got a lot more of them. Gosh. Yeah, that's 20 plus gems.
Yeah.
Solid.
That we saw. Yeah, okay, we've seen all the battles here. So, that brings us to the message from Vanheim, and then we can end this, talk about this, and then end the episode. You want to read this one for us?
Sure. I am sending an in-game NEP cancellation to Pelagia this turn. So we had not done it yet. So he will receive it on the same turn as you get this message. On the same... Okay. But that's just the cancellation, and it was a 2 or a 3. Do you remember? 2 turn or a 3 turn?
I believe it was 2.
Okay. Since I have realized that my way of doing NEPs doesn't really make much sense, and that most people seem to agree with the way Lucid does it, this gives Pelagia turn 97 and 98 to prepare, and we can both give attack orders to turn 98, meaning that there should be some fireworks to see on turn 99. I should be much better prepared to fight Pelagia this turn. I have a fairly large amount of devils and demon knights, which are both immune to flames from the sky, as well as a large amount of items that can make my mages more or less immune as well. I also have a lot of storm demons that can jump in as a surprise or can help me win underwater fights. My main goal will be to get the throne of water in the lake next to it. Okay.
Well, let's take a look.
Yeah, I just have a little comment on that thing about NAPs and the timing and stuff. On your server, you have posted a quite clear matrix that's easily managed. But I personally just asked the other guy, hey, let's just confirm that we both understand each other. You know, just take the moment to be gentlemanly or sportsmanish with the other player and say, hey, I'm going to cancel my NAP. I believe attacking on this turn is the agreement. Is that okay with you? And if they say, no, that's not right, I disagree, it should be one turn later, I just accept that, okay, it's one turn later. You know, what do I lose?
Sure.
I don't think you lose anything. Just take your time to take a moment and talk to the other player.
Yeah. So this is the main objective for Vanheim, which is this throne. And certainly there are a lot of Vanheim gravestones here in the province of Great Woods, as many elves have died here before.
Well, and it's got the Tree Lord. You know.
Yes, and Barkheart the Tree Lord is sitting here waiting for the next wave of...
Although, that's not the dying Tree Lord. The last time was the dying Tree Lord.
Right, he's over here.
Either or of those two, you know, can make life hell if you try to attack it.
I will say, if Pelagia ends up winning this, no matter how they do it, they will have earned it. I mean, he's getting cycle charged by everybody in the game. People do not like him having Nexus up. They do not like him being an underwater shit. And they definitely don't like him having any lands or land thrones. But
yeah, I don't think there's a play to win anymore for Pelagia.
You don't think so?
I think... I don't know.
I don't know. I would put him... I don't want to say... I think my money's on Pangaea a little bit, but I would put him as a close second.
I just don't see how Pelagia can get enough thrones now.
I think the second Pangaea and Vanheim fight, Pelagia has a huge window. But I don't know if that's going to happen again.
Yeah. I think they're committed to removing him from the game before they pick on each other.
Yeah. And I think that's smart, because I don't think either of them can win while he's trying to fuck with them.
Yeah. But I mean, the next step is if he starts losing, well then, screw this game, I'm going to kill the world. And he spams Armageddon.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, he's planning on that. So we haven't seen Armageddon yet, but that's probably coming.
But the problem with that is it doesn't necessarily win.
Oh, no, it doesn't. It's going to hurt the blood economy some, but we've got Rebirth on, so it's not even a death sentence for blood economies.
Yeah, so I don't know.
We'll see. And I mean, they're making him fight for it. And, I mean, this is going to be a super intense war. I'm really looking forward to it.
There's not much else this turn, is there?
No, that's it.
Pelagia and Pan, and that's it. Alm is pieced out. It looks like this is original borders already.
Yeah, I think they're done.
Yeah.
So, the one thing I guess we'll say in this before we close out the episode is Pelagia, in buying peace with Ulm, was thinking they would get to re-intensify their efforts against Pangaea. But, and when I saw this, with a lot of Pelagia attacks, I was thinking, okay, they're going to gain some ground. They have not gained any ground against Pangaea. No. And in fact, they have lost ground. They lost this fort, and Vanheim is ending their non-aggression pact with them. So the other kind of interesting thing in all this is Pangaea doesn't really, aside from this throne and taking these pawns, he doesn't have much else to take from Pelagia. So
yeah, you're right. So Pangaea's war might be just about over.
Yeah, but I think Pelagia is going to say, okay, fine, you get this stuff, and I'm going to fight Vanheim. I mean, what else are you going to do? You gonna try to take Pangaean stuff while Vanheim's all letting you? I don't know. I wouldn't.
Yeah. Well, it'll be very interesting. I don't know what else to say as a summation.
All right.
That's my summation.
We'll tune in next time then. We'll find out what happens.
All right. Later, folks.
Later.